Christeena, and this is Brett.
And you're watching
Game of Tomes.
Uh-oh. Today we're going to be talking about some of our favorite television shows that we have watched on Netflix. Binge-worthy shows that we have stayed up late to watch many consecutive episodes in a row.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Anyway, there are some on this list that are really popular, and there are some that aren't. So we're just gonna, the popular ones we're just gonna run through pretty quickly because I mean, like, everybody probably knows what they're about. So,
like, for example, The Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead, and I started watching that back before I had Netflix, and now I'm able to, like, rewatch it.
Yeah.
And my husband has gone back and rewatched it. And also, like, Stranger Things.
my husband and I watched that, and I think I enjoyed it more than he did. I think he was just more like, what is going on, you know?
Spencer and I loved it, and we spent a weekend just
That's what we
watching
did as well. Yeah, we watched it in one weekend.
Yeah.
Which, The Walking Dead,
Yeah.
we stopped watching.
After how many seasons?
I think we're behind 2 seasons, I want to say. We kind of got burnt out on it, I think, because we were like,
Watching it all the time?
Yeah, absorbing it so
But
much.
The same thing happened to me when I was watching Orange is the New Black.
Yeah.
I just watched so many, and what I felt like it was about kind of changed, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. We talked about that before as
We
well.
have. I loved Orange is the New Black.
I did too.
Yeah.
I've seen all of them, and I'm still interested in it.
I got to the middle of this last season that's out, and then that's last one.
Well, they left off at a really... You should
heard.
finish it.
I
yeah.
will.
But I do agree with that. Like, it definitely kind of changed. Like,
Yeah.
she was in jail and wanted to, like, better herself and just, like, do her time and move on. And then now she's, like, this hardened criminal that, like, runs panty business out of... I don't know.
That
you know?
part was really, yeah.
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 She's kind of changed. You've changed, Piper.
And then another super popular one that we both like is Parks and Rec.
Yeah, we watched all of it.
Yeah.
We recently rewatched all of them again.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, like this winter. We did.
I stopped when they did the time jump. Like, they were like 5 years later or something,
Yeah.
and then they were enemies, her and
I
Ron.
don't. Yeah. For some reason, I was
Swanson?
thinking 30 Rock in my head for a split second.
Oh. No.
I was picturing Alec Baldwin.
I've only seen a few episodes of that one.
I watched all of it. It's not bad.
Okay.
It's pretty fun.
Alright, so let's get on to the little less popular ones, and we'll go into like a little more depth, maybe.
Yeah. Currently, my husband and I am so obsessed with Quantico, and
I've never heard of it.
I've
heard of it, but I don't know anything about it.
I've seen it, and we were like kind of out of stuff to watch earlier this week, and I was like, I don't know, let's find something, and I saw it, and I was like, I think my mom watches this, and so I watched it. In the first episode, I was like, what is going on? But in a good way. There is pretty much just one lead female, but it follows a group of people who go into FBI training, and it follows them in their training, but you get flashes to currently, which is a building is blown up, and she wakes up and finds herself in the rubble and doesn't know what the heck is going on, and then they're trying to find out who the terrorist is, and then basically it's kind of like...
I think you used that wrong.
Who the terrorist? Well, I mean, no, there really is a terrorist.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's not really a spoiler, because then basically they think that she did it. And or like someone in her class that she went to FBI training with. And it's just like so many twists and turns, and like everybody has these little secrets that are really crazy. In like 3 days, we're on episode like 10. So, and they're 45-minute long episodes.
Awesome.
It's really fast-paced, and it's really intense, and it's really kind of like a mystery. There's some romance in it. You know, it's really good.
This one is one that my mom was like, you should watch this because it's really good, and that is called The Midwife. Called The Midwife is set in late 1950s London, in the poor part of the town. This woman has just, I think she just completed her midwife training. She goes to this nunnery, what would you call it, an abbey? Where the nuns hang out? what is it called? It's called Nanatis House is the name of the house. And there are a bunch of nuns there who are also midwives, and they house other midwives to take care of the women in their community. And every episode there's a new birth and the story about how this baby came about and the struggles of women in that day.
Yeah.
And I just love it so much. And midwifery is a big part of my life. For both of my children, I had midwives, and for a while I considered even being a midwife. And I just think the profession is beautiful, and the story is beautiful and heartwarming, and I love it so much, and I definitely recommend it. I think there are 5 seasons out currently.
Awesome.
On Netflix.
I could totally see you being a midwife. I think you would be really good at it. Thanks. I could totally see you doing it.
Yeah.
Another show that I've binge watched, it was the OA, which is relatively new, and I think it's a Netflix original, but I'm not entirely sure on that.
I like the originals.
But I'm pretty sure that it is. I don't know how to explain this one without giving away like a lot of things. So basically, there's this woman that ends up in this town, and she can hear. Well, it turns out that she
can hear?
She used to be deaf when she was little.
Okay.
It turns out that she is the missing daughter of this older couple. And the dad is actually, what's his face? The farmer dad from The Walking Dead.
Oh, Herschel?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's
he
cool.
plays the dad on there. It's really cool. He's a really nice guy on that show.
Oh.
So, they ended up finding out, like, she was taken to the hospital or whatever, and then they're like, that's our daughter, you know, but, like, she used to be deaf, but now she can hear, and so it's, like, this whole thing of finding out, like, what happened to her, and they know that, like, something did, but she doesn't really want to talk about it, and it's just, like, I don't want to, it's a lot more than that, but I don't want to say a lot without giving away anything, but it's very interesting. Phyllis from The Office is on there, which I love, and so, yeah, it's really good, and I would suggest giving it a go. I've heard a lot of people say they either love it or hate it, but I enjoyed it.
Cool.
And I'm really anxious to see where it leads.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I've not even heard of it at all.
It's pretty interesting.
Okay. Another one that just came out is Santa Clarita Diet. It has Timothy Olyphant and Drew Barrymore. And Spencer and I, my husband, we stayed up all night and watched season 1. That's all that's out right now. And we laughed so much.
Really?
The first episode we were like, that's kind of weird. We kind of did laugh. And we were like, do you want to continue on? And we were like, yeah. And so once we got to the second episode, we were like hooked, and we just couldn't stop. And we watched it. Spent all night just watching season 1. If you're okay with a little gore and a lot of cursing,
Okay.
but it's hilarious.
Good.
Like hilarious.
I thought about starting that when I was searching through Netflix, and I was like,
it's super witty.
Barrymore? And I was
super
like,
witty.
Maybe.
That's my favorite comedy. It's just like when it's just smart.
We also, both of us, really, really like How to Get Away with Murder.
Yes.
It is insane.
Yeah.
There's so many plot twists. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
There's violence in it.
And sex.
And sex. Homosexuality.
Yeah.
Which I really love.
So it's like each episode is a different case that Annalise Keating, who is amazing, what's her name in real life? She just won.
Yeah, she did.
I love her to death.
Viola Davis. She's a professor at a university for law degrees, and so basically you follow her, and she gets like an elite group of students who are like top in the class of like 5 or 6 or something, and she takes them with her on like her real cases, and they have to solve them and stuff.
But at the same time, in their personal life, they're also like kind of
drama. Stuff is going, but not like annoying drama though. It's just like things are going down, and they're getting like really wrapped up into things that they shouldn't. And every episode is basically laid out like you see what is happening like now, and like everything's like a mess and something horrible has happened, but then it flashes back to like months ago, and basically it all leads up to what actually happened, and every season is like that, but it's all just like really intertwined, and like you get flashes of what's gonna happen and like what did happen, and it's crazy.
It's really good.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Oh, it's my turn now.
Yeah.
I watched Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell a couple months ago because I had read the book. It's on Netflix right now. There are 7 episodes. It concludes at the end of 7 episodes. Mm-hmm. You also watched it.
I did. I started to watch. I'd seen the first episode, and then one day my husband was here, and I was like, I'm going to watch a couple of these episodes, and he was like, okay. And I ended up falling asleep on the couch, and he ended up watching, like, no joke, like 4 hours this show. And when I woke up, it was like ahead of where I was in the book. So I was like, I'm turning this off. He goes, that's actually really interesting. And he ended up really liking it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, was it 1700s? 1800s? I can't even remember now.
Maybe 1800s.
England, and there are these magicians who only study magic because magic has gone out of London or out of England. I'm not sure if they're in London. Why do I not remember anything? Okay.
We have a review and discussion on it.
Yes, we do. We do have a review and discussion
with Megan from
Paperback Artist.
Yeah, we'll link that below, but yeah. The show as well, yeah.
And then magic starts to come back into London, and it's like the implications, and Jonathan Strange is adorable, and I love it.
You end up just following 2 practical magicians,
yes.
which are like people who can actually do magic and stuff, and their prophecy, you know, and just like things happen.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It is really good.
The book is crazy long. The audio is 32 hours.
Yes.
So if you don't feel like you're up for that, definitely watch the show.
Yeah.
I didn't finish the book, but Jessica said that, you know, the TV show did a lot that she thought the book may have lacked.
Yeah.
Like passion and stuff like that.
Yes.
So, which I can see, even though I didn't finish it.
But I did really like the book.
Yeah. Another show that I really enjoy is Criminal Minds. And I think this might kind of fall under the category of like kind of popular. Basically, it follows a group in the FBI of people who go and hunt down serial killers, or just killers in general.
Okay.
But things happen to like them personally, and like they're all kind of connected. So you kind of can watch episodes out of order. But there is also always like an underlining story with like the group itself, so you would understand like the case, but like
what's going on with them personally.
Yeah, you would.
I really like crime shows.
Yeah, like if you like CSI or NCIS or stuff like that, then I would highly suggest Criminal Minds.
All right, so there is 1 season of Master of None, starring Aziz Ansari. It's kind of like if you've ever seen Louis by Louis C.K. Have you seen that show?
I haven't.
It's kind of a bit of the same premise where he's like still himself. He plays himself, but it's like fictional.
Yeah.
And he involves like other comedians who are of Indian descent, and he had a whole episode on like why there are no Indian people on TV.
Yeah.
And it's really funny.
It is, yeah. We watched it.
And there's only 1 season, and I want there to be more seasons.
Me too.
I haven't looked up to see if they're gonna make more seasons, but it's been
a while
long time. So it makes me feel like they're not gonna do it. But I want them to.
That kind of stinks.
It was really
parents
popular.
on the show really cracked me up.
And they're his actual parents.
Are they really?
Yes.
They're so funny.
Yeah.
It's just like his dad. I'm like, are you kidding me? I really want to rewatch that now, though.
I kind of do too. Yeah.
It's been a while. We watched it last year sometime, but yeah, we really enjoyed that.
We should look it up and see if they're gonna have another one.
Yeah.
You want to?
Yeah. Season 2 is due on Netflix later this year.
Okay. And this is a more recent article.
Yes, this was January 10th of this year.
Okay.
All right. So, at some point
this year, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. Hopefully. It's a funny show.
It is a funny show.
So my husband and I watched this, and we didn't really finish it because it's one that has like 6 or 7 seasons, and it's Person of Interest.
Do you plan on finishing it?
I would like to, but it's been a while, so I think we'd have to like go back a few episodes and catch up. But I do still remember, like, generally what was going on when we left off. So basically, it involves this guy. I'm trying to remember to explain it right. I should have like looked it back up. But he gets together with another guy. And one of them is kind of like, he used to be like an ex-CIA member, and he's not supposed to exist. And so this other tech guy stumbles upon him and decides like he was like a drunk and just like he basically like didn't exist anymore. So he's like a homeless drunk on the subways of New York or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he comes across him and he decides to make him into like his friend and kind of like his colleague. And he basically created this huge computer system that like can spy on you. Like, it's kind of like the technology thing is like where she'll just like release a like security, like a social security number of a person who is about to be in danger, whether that's like an average person or a like official or anything like that.
I have seen a commercial for this.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And then like they have to figure out what the threat is and then to like basically neutralize it. And they use a lot of like security cameras and things like that. And it's really good. It's pretty. Kind of high paced.
Who stars in it? Okay.
I can look it up, but he didn't look familiar when I started watching it. But I mean, it goes along with kind of like the crime thing, and there's a bit, especially a little later on, it gets really into like their personal stories and like their backstories and stuff like that. And it's actually like was like what they're all connected in like some weird obscure way, you know, or like stuff like that. You know, it's really good.
Cool.
And I would like to continue it. It's just, again, one of those that, like, we watched so much that we burn ourselves out on it.
The same thing happened with us with Parenthood because we loved it so much, and every single day we were like, let's watch 3 episodes of Parenthood until we just, like, something happened and then we weren't watching it anymore, but it was still really good when we stopped watching it. There are so many episodes. Okay, there are...
I didn't look up any of mine. I thought about it and then I didn't.
There are 6 seasons, and we've watched 4 seasons.
I think I've seen further than
and one season has like 22 episodes.
I haven't finished it either.
The first episode, my husband like started. He's like, I'm tearing up, and their son's name is Max, and our son is named Max.
Yeah.
And so we were just like, he's our son.
There's some really touching stuff. It basically kind of follows like a brother and a sister and another brother, and they're all adults
and their
have,
families,
like, their families,
and then their parents, and we get into each one of their lives and their lives together.
They're all dealing with different stuff, and they're all completely different people.
Yeah,
and it's just
Dax Shepard
really good.
Isn't it?
He is. I think they did a really good job too. I mean, I don't know. But I really appreciated the fact that like they dealt with the autism with his son on there. Mm-hmm. They
interracial marriage.
Yeah, they deal with drugs and they deal with I think politics, cancer. They deal with like a bunch of stuff. Yeah, and it's really good. It's really touching. Yeah, but it's really funny too. Yes. Like really funny.
But also can be kind of annoying. Did you ever find it annoying? People would sometimes in the show the women would just talk over each other. Oh, yeah. And that got on my nerves.
I know exactly what you're talking about. When they all get together and then they're all... And I'm like...
Just listen to one another for a second. And it would just be like, became...
Too much.
It was like, but that's still really good.
Feels like book club sometimes. Like, I don't know which conversation to follow.
Yes. Our book clubs are that way.
Pretty scattered. Like, conversation here, over there, over here. And then they're just like...
Alright.
It's fun though.
Yeah.
So I think that's it.
Yeah, if you have any suggestions for Netflix, we'd love to hear them.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you've seen any of these shows and absolutely love them, let us know. We'd love to fangirl with you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for watching. When you play the Game of Tomes,
you watch or you die. So dramatic.
Come be our friends. I'm just Game of Tomes on Twitter.
And I'm Christeena, G-O-T.
And
we hope you're watching some great shows.
Bye.
Oh, that only took like 5 separate videos, so.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
Hi, I'm Christeena. This is Fred.
And you're watching Game of Tomes.
Game of Tomes.
It's getting harder to sit down. Getting old.
We're the same age. Why?
What?
Okay.
Just sort of like
flipped out, ran away. Hey, do you wanna go eat your cereal?
Yeah.